Hello, my name is Vincent Holvoet, Product Manager at Dewulf, and today I'm very pleased to introduce you the facelift of the ZB2 carrot harvester. The ZB2 is characterized by its high cleaning capacity thanks to its two hedgehog belts. Our customers are highly demanding structures. That's why industrial quality and reliability are required. And that's also why we have updated the ZB2 with a new 6-ton unloading on the move bunker and the possibility to mount racks on the back axle. The ZB2 can be used as a shear lifter or as a top lifter. Let's first focus on the top lifting elements. The top lifting elements are mounted with 14 meters long super grip profile belts. The torpedoes in the front are mounted with bearings in the front and in the back for maximum durability. The motor is nicely integrated to avoid any blockages. The ZB2 is standard equipped with a depth control using this skid. Here behind we have a well protected angle sensor. Thanks to this angle sensor we can keep the distance constant up to the ridge or to the bed. The distance can also be adjusted from the cab. A unique feature of all the Dewulf carrot harvesters is that all the elements are independent, and they are also characterized by a unique feature, the floating shear system. The floating shear system consists in a double connection between the element and the shear. This means that for small movements of the top lifting element, the shear will not move. This will ensure the highest stability. The stability is needed or required to be sure we are picking the carrots at the right height. This will ensure a higher pressure onto the belts, and this will guarantee the possibility to work in heavy conditions where a lot of soil can stick to the product. As an option, we can replace the plastic pulleys by steel pulleys to increase the durability. On this machine we have the quick release system. This consists in this handle. With the one we can release the pressure on all the rollers at once. This will be useful when replacing belts or to remove a blockage. Let's have a word about the rotary cleaners under the belts. They can be fitted with 15 short fingers or, like in this case, with 44 long fingers. The 44 long fingers are recommended to work in more heavy conditions. As an option, we have the rotary cleaner control, which consists on a cylinder that will be located here and will move the cleaners so that we can adjust the cleaning capacity. The movement of the cylinder can be done from the cab. At the back part of the top lifting element, we have modified a few things to improve the general working of the machine. The rotary cleaners has been redesigned. The positioning of the rubber flaps has been changed. This guarantees longer cleaning periods without readjustments. The drive pulleys have been completely filled. This makes sure that no home can get inside, block and turn around. This will increase the lifetime of our bearings. The full drive shaft and its bearing house are now boltable, which makes it easier to dismount. The home guidance has also been completely redesigned. The cylinders that ensure the tensioning of the belts has been made longer, which makes it easier when replacing the belts. We have also added a sensor to detect if a belt drops off. It doesn't matter if the belt drops off from the front or in the back, the cylinder will be pushed till its end, a sensor will detect it and will give an alert to the driver and stop the harvesting belt. At last, we also added extra rollers on top of the cutter set. The cutter set is powered by a maintenance-free gearbox, completely sealed off and filled with grease. It's driven by one single and strong motor. We do prefer this approach over two small ones to avoid that the first one is working against the second one. The cutter set has also been completely renewed. In the past, we were offering two types of sets. The flat bars were made for the highest capacity and the quickest possible cut. The round bars There are two reasons why the Dewulf can state the new cutter set will last longer. The first reason is the material the bars are made of. They ensure a high resistance to wear. The second reason is that the cutter set is reversible. So if the front part of your cutter set is worn out, you can effortlessly revert it and start wearing another zone of your cutter bars. Now that we have cut the leaves will be transported thanks to this belt. The belt will bring all the leaves to the back of the machine and will spread then evenly over the field. As an alternative for the picking element, the customer can also choose for a sieving harvesting element. This could be useful when the homes are not strong enough anymore to hold the weight. This could be the case when the homes are getting aged, diseased or after a frost period. The two-part harvesting unit is mounted with driven discs. We can choose the number of discs depending from the drilling scheme. In this case, we are harvesting 2 rows at 75 centimeters. If we want to harvest a full bed, we would remove the central disc and fill the central space with shears or pins. We consider that the harvesting pins are working better in heavier soil conditions, as the soil can flow through and they avoid hard compaction of the ground. In case the conditions are easy enough, we can replace the harvesting pins by harvesting shears. A constant depth is ensured thanks to this depth control. So here we have a skid with an angle sensor. The depth is adjustable from the cab and they will keep a perfect distance between the top of the ridge and the shears. On the sieving webs, we can choose the type of belt and the pitches. The speed of every belt is independent, can be adjusted from the cab. They can also be synchronized with the speed of the machine. On the second part, we have 3 agitators. With the ones we can adjust the cleaning capacity. To change between the top lifting element and the harvesting element, we count on 4 hours with the help of 2 persons and 1 forklift. After the intake unit, the product will be transported thanks to 2 sieving webs. The first one is located here. It has an optional agitator, an optional ejection roller. The speed can be adjusted from the cab. The second web is located here. It has also a speed adjustable from the cab, and it will bring the product to the first hedgehog belt, which is 1 meter and 15 centimeters wide. The angle and the speed of the hedgehog belt is adjustable from the cab. After the first hedgehog belt, the product will go crosswise thanks to this cross web. And the cross web, the speed is also adjustable from the cab, and it has an optional agitator. The cross web will bring the product to the second hedgehog belt, which has a width of 90 centimeters. After this second hedgehog belt, the product will be transported thanks to this lightly angled elevator to the new unloading on the move 6-ton bunker. This bunker has been made longer so that we can unload on the move, but also it makes it easier to unload in trailers with 2 lines of boxes to reach the external row of boxes. The bunker chain has also been placed outside the side plates so that there is no contact of the product with the bunker chain. All webs and agitators are mounted with heavy-duty drives, bringing several advantages like longer lifetime, no maintenance and no risk that the motor turns into the shaft. Now I will invite you to go to the nice inspection platform, which makes the machine more maintenance friendly. This platform is really easy for maintenance purposes, but also to have a look at the product flow and eventually help the driver to adjust some settings like hedgehog belt inclination, hedgehog belt speed, but also agitation speed, and this can be done thanks to this control box. The ZB2 is powered by a 350 horsepower Scania Stage 5 engine. The whole compartment is easily accessible to change filters and do the daily maintenance. The ZB2 is an extremely reliable harvester. Thanks to the optional tracks and the possibility to adjust traction on each wheel independently, the harvester can harvest in almost any conditions. The steering angle is 12 degrees and doesn't matter the configurations. So 12 degrees on wheels, 12 degrees on tracks. The change between tracks and wheels can be done by mounting adapters between the rear axle and the main frame. I will now invite you to the cab to have a word about the operation. The work environment is equipped with 2 screens and 1 joystick. The upper one is for all the driving settings. The lower one is for all the harvesting settings. Here on the side we have buttons that are well clustered and easily accessible. And on the joystick we have 5 buttons with presets. The presets can be programmed so that we can easily change the harvester settings depending from the conditions. So for example, we could have light conditions mode here, medium conditions mode here, and even more difficult conditions here. And this will change all the harvester settings. Lastly, an excellent view on the harvesting process makes it quite easy for the operator to harvest with a ZB2. I hope you enjoyed discovering this new ZB2 together with me. If you have any further questions, do not hesitate to contact your local Dewulf representative.